You know what you're gonna say?
I never do.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, how's it going? This is Kaylee here. I'm taking a road trip today, so you should be seeing me pretty soon. I'm coming to your house!
I'm marrying you.
Anyway, we're going on a road trip. We're going to a lake. I'm going to be drawn outside. Come join me.
No worries.
I've already got these in my... I didn't have time to load the last 500 pictures.
Yeah. No, that's the story of my life, okay? Okay, so just, I'm gonna actually take a couple of photos of you just doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just ignore me. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually...
So is that a type of moss then, or?
It's actually related to lycopodiums. It's a Selaginella. So I'm doing a series of drawings and paintings of Canada's northwestern boreal rivers
Okay.
as well. And I'm going to have video, I'm going to have written work, and also I'm running a book called Ancient Botanical Highways.
Oh, I love that title.
Yeah, and it's
that's so
amazing.
All right, coming at you live from beautiful Slave Lake, Alberta. Can I get some noise for the lake lovers in the audience? No, I'm not really live. This is just a voice recording from like a week after. As you all know, I record my vocal audio the day before the video actually goes up in question, so I have all the juicy details from the week before ready to announce. Not that there's much to tell on this one. There's not much drama going on. I'm using a material that I quite enjoy. These are Neocolor ones from Caran. They are crayons, essentially. They're called wax pastels, but let's be honest, they are crayons. And although it works quite well for me, unless you are actively sharpening your pastels, I would not recommend on using them on a piece of paper this small. It does not work once they lose their point. Fresh out of the box though, you use them on however small you want. If you're doing impressionist work, it doesn't really matter. Just if you're doing something a little bit more precise like portraiture or pet portraiture, or even stone portraiture. There's other kinds of art other than portraiture, but I don't know them. Not that it really matters much because my portraits don't often end up looking exactly like the person that I'm drawing, but this is a portrait of Mick Jagger. Do I need to introduce Mick Jagger? I feel like most of you know who he is. Regardless, he is the lead singer for the Rolling Stones, he is ancient, and he is likely to be around for quite a bit longer. So let's talk a little bit about what this lake day entailed while we watch me do my work in this magnificent lighting that we have so far. The light was at a very perfect point just behind the trees, casting these beautiful shadows across my land. I am in love. I wish I could bottle up this lighting and take it with me wherever I go. Oh well, it's a 3-hour drive for me. I don't think I'll be doing this regularly. Now, 3-hour car trip, both ways, 6 hours total. Not the best idea for a 2-day weekend. Pretty much takes up the day and a bit because there's some recovery time on the other side. But light of my life, heart of hearts, my dear beloved fiancée, Katie, wanted to investigate the area for a possible camping trip that she wants to have later in September. And of course, I'm going to oblige her. I mean, it's a free lake trip, so really, what are you going to do? So I wake up in the wee hours of the morning like I usually do, except instead of going straight back to bed after I take my pills and feed the cat, I jump in and do my warm-up for the day, just to make sure that my hand is ready for the trials ahead. We get on the road between 8:30 and 9. I can't quite recall when. I kind of wish I had a vlog of the time, but I was so very sleepy, people. You cannot believe my sleepiness. So 3 hours later, probably barely around lunchtime, we make it to the lake and we're investigating some of the beaches. We're driving around in town. We see all 5 buildings that they have there. It's a very small town. And eventually we decide on 2 beaches. One is rocky, the other one's sandy. I think that we're gonna go do the sandy one. But we get there. There is probably about a 200-meter walk from the site where you park your car to the launch-off point where Katie wants to use her kayak. It's a pretty light kayak, but it is still made of wood and it is still made of canvas. And it's probably about 20 or 30 pounds, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we head back to the rocky one, where the parking lot is a bare 50 feet away from the shore. While we're walking down to some picnic tables to eat our lunch and talk about the day ahead, suddenly there are dogs. Very loud dogs. Probably louder than I'm being right now, and they sound angry. And hot on their heels is a woman cursing and swearing at her dogs, telling them to stop for the love of God. There is no one here to hurt them. The dogs turn out to be big teddy bears. They just want you to know that they know that you know that they know that they're there. Big fluffy guard dogs. And the woman turns out to be named Marsha. Marsha is an artist. She does mainly acrylic and watercolor work of landscapes and botanical, actually I don't know what you'd call them. Like still lifes or like anatomical. She shows off the plant and its special properties in artwork. It's very fancy. She's planning on doing a book, actually. Yeah, so that should be fun. And we got to talking. She was very open about a lot of stuff. We hit it off quite well. We're just about to leave and give her the spot. We had staked it out before, but obviously we couldn't leave anything identifying us as the users of this campsite. Somebody could have come and taken them, and then we wouldn't have been any the wiser as to who did it. Big old Yoo-hoo murder mystery of who took my stuff. So we're turning around to leave, and Marsha pipes up, "Oh no, why don't you stay? I could use the company. I've been out in the woods for several days. In fact, I was doing a very serious abandoned pipeline survey." I mean, obviously it wasn't in rhyme, but you get my drift. So we get to sitting and we get to talking and we get to thinking and we get to walking, and we find that while we may not have a lot in common in our ways of life, she lives out in the country, I live in the city. She has a beautiful acreage where she grows all her plants. We have a little tiny yard where we try to do the same in a much higher density. However, we have a common bond through art, and it is through our art that we speak the same language. Well, art and English. I mean, let's be honest, if she was just doing watercolors and I was just using crayons and we had nothing else in common, I don't imagine that we'd have quite as much things to talk about. She's very quick to offer compliments. She's very quick to offer a stay at her cottage. I don't know if she actually meant that. I couldn't quite get a good read on her. She had a lot going on in her life, and it was very entertaining to just sit and listen to her problems. So, it takes me about 2 hours to finish this piece of art that you see me doing. I don't think that she actually finished the art that she was working on, but it's not a race. It's never been a race. It's always about the finished product. It's not about how you get there. And it's about 4 o'clock at this point, and I'm ready for a nap. I'm ready to settle down and have a big old sleepy bye. And she looks at the time and she says, "Oh, I need to go drop off some artwork, excuse me." And she hops in her truck and she takes off, and we hop into our SUV and we take off and we go back into town and order some Subway, which honestly I think they overcharged us for. It was 2 sandwiches and a couple drinks, and we were charged about $40 for it. I'm very upset about that. And then we're just about ready to go home, and it's been a lovely day. We take one last look around the area. We go look at some campsites, and we find just about the perfect one. It's nestled in the trees, and it's got running water. It's even got showers. It's quite the utopia, and it's about $30 a night. It's a little steep, but, what with recent cutbacks to Crown land being costed money to actually sleep on now, it'll do, especially if you're looking for a luxury getaway. So, with one last look at the town in our rear view mirror, we hit the highway and we blast on the road back home. And we get home, and you see what I am about to record just now is going to be coming up very soon, and you will see it, and you will know the end of my journey. And what a journey it's been, folks. Such a lovely day. One of the few perfect days that I can remember. I'm sure I've had more, but they are a blur. Goodbye and good night. What a long friggin' day. It was really good though. I enjoyed doing art outside. It was fantastic. I don't really know what to say here. I have been awake since 5:30, like doing stuff. Normally when I get up at 5:30, I have like a short nap before I start doing my work, but I am a sleepy baby. And I think that about does it for me. I hope you liked the video. I hope I've managed to leave enough of Marsha's colorful commentary in there to kind of spice things up. I didn't have my microphone attached, so it might not, but I don't know. This camera's had a pretty decent microphone the couple times that I've forgotten to put it on. So we'll see. So that's it for me. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.